Hello students, we will start with a very interesting chapter in geometry, that is constructions. Here you will actually be doing geometry wherein you will be drawing a lot of figures, doing a lot of constructions. So let's get started and see the topics that we will be covering. This is a very small chapter and you will definitely have fun while doing this. So the topics to be covered are introduction, basic constructions, some construction of triangles and summary. So let's get started with the introduction, that as to why are we learning about constructions. See, until so far we did many chapters in geometry related to planes, lines, circles and triangles as well as parallelograms. But those were mostly related to theorems wherein you had to reason out things to prove that something is equal to another thing, or for example, the area of a triangle is equal to the area of another triangle, or two triangles are congruent by some test of congruency. It could be the side test of congruence, or right angle hypotenuse side test of congruence, or side angle side, or angle side, or angle side angle, and so on. But here we are actually going to do constructions. So why do constructions? Is because if you get into architecture or anything that requires you to draw, let it be even designing, then you will have to draw figures to justify that as to why you are opting or proposing a particular project. So here you will have to initially, you can't just draw a building, right? If you have to construct a tower or huge projects, you can't just get started with it until and unless you have the initial blueprint. So how does this blueprint come into place? You draw a small simulated version of it. So if you must have seen a lot of movies, especially Hollywood movies, wherein there is a group of people standing, there's a table in between. So here are the people who are standing, okay, and one person will be giving a presentation of the new construction project, and this will be the building. This is the small simulated version. So in order to construct big huge projects or huge towers or anything that's huge, you will need to first have a simulated version. So both will require geometry as well as the concept of other topics that we have covered in the past. So now in this chapter, in fact, for constructions, you will be needing some basic instruments. So what are these instruments? The first one is a graduated scale. The graduated scale is also known as a straight edge. It is nothing but your ruler. You also call it scale. So the ruler will have, if you see, there is numbering on the upside as well as here at the bottom. So here on one side you will have centimeters, and the centimeters are divided by 10 lines in between. What are these 10 lines? They represent millimeter. So one unit, the larger unit over here. So what we will do is we will draw a graduated scale or straight edge. So I'm going to show you what is millimeter and centimeters first, not the exact counting, but this is just for your understanding. So I'm making it, I'm just expanding. Okay, so let's say this is the huge lines for the centimeters, right? So let's say this is 1 centimeter, this is 2 centimeters, this is 3 centimeters, and we are starting from 0. Then if you notice, you have some lines in between, right? So between this line and this line, there would be 4 more units. This is 1 unit, 2 unit, 3 unit, 4 units. So each of this unit, see, this will be 1 millimeter, this will be 1 millimeter, 2 millimeter, 3 millimeter, 4 millimeter, 5 millimeters. Okay, then you have 6 millimeter, 7 millimeter, 8 millimeter, 9 millimeter and 1 centimeter. So this is 5 millimeter, this is 1 centimeter. So if you remember, you must have learned 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeters, right? So cm stands for centimeter and mm stands for millimeter. So this is 0.5 millimeter, also equal to 0.5 centimeters, right? Then you have 1, 2, 3, 4 and then 5. So this is 1.5 centimeters or 15 millimeters. So this is one side of your graduated scale or straight edge. Then below that you have inches. If I'm not sure if you can see that. So the inches you will have again starting from 0, then this is 1 inch. So, and there is a division here in between in the center. So this is 0.1 inch, 0.2 inch, 0.3 inch, 0.4 inch, 0.5 inch. Similarly, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, 0.9 and finally 1 inch. So this is 1 inch, this is 0.5 inch. Okay, so this was your graduated scale. Let's take a look at the other instrument that we will be needing. We will be needing a pair of set squares. So these are your set squares. So you must be wondering, why do we need 2 set squares? If you remember, you must have learned 2 special kind of triangles. One was a 30-60 degree, 30 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree triangle. So one of the set square represents that. So this angle here, this angle is 90 degree. This small angle here is 30 degrees and this angle here is 60 degrees. So this is for your 30-60 degree, 30-60-90 degree triangle, the set square. Similarly, the other triangle that we learnt was 45 degree, 45 degree and 90 degree triangle. So this set square. So next time if you want to draw your triangle, any of these 2 type of triangles, you don't really need to, take a pair of rulers and compass or, your protractor and draw it. You can simply take these set squares and draw. So this is your 90 degree and each angle here as well as here, this angle and this angle is 45 degrees. So this is also an isosceles triangle. So what do we know for isosceles triangle? These 2 angles are congruent to each other and these 2 sides will be equal to each other, because see, the base angle, each of these base angles is 45 degrees and this is a 90 degrees. You can in fact even say that this is the diameter of a circle because this is 90 degrees. If you draw a circle and this point lies on the circumference of the circle and these 2 points also lie in the circumference of the circle, we learned this in the previous chapter, that if this is the diameter, then the diameter subtends a right angle at the circumference of the circle. So this can also be the circumference and this will be your, this is the diameter and this is a point on the circumference of the circle and this angle is 90 degrees. So this was about your pair of set squares. Moving on, let's take a look at a pair of dividers. So divider is very similar to your compass, except for in your compass, so this is your compass out here. This is your divider and this is your compass. So what is the difference in the divider? Divider, as the name suggests, it is used for division. So if you have in construction where you need to mark some divisions or divide something, then this instrument comes in handy. It will have both the edges here pointed. Whereas you have your compass, wherein there is one needle out here for placing. So this is usually for placing as the center. And here and this side you insert your pencil. It is very important that the pencil here and this needle are at the same level. Here my chalk is too large, so I am going to later on break it and make sure that the nib of my needle and the chalk, they are at the same level. And here there is a screw, so you can adjust the tightness of this compass. See, now I just made it loose, so now it's going to move very freely. But if I want to make it tight, now this depends upon how you need your compass to be, whether you need it tight or you want it loose. Now see, it is a little difficult to move, so it's become a little tight. Okay, so this was your pair of dividers and compass. And finally your protractor. So this is your protractor. People even call it D, but avoid calling it D, please call it a protractor. But next time if your friend is asking you to pass on the D instrument, you know what you have to pass on to your friend. So here you have, let's say this is the center here, so this is 0, then you have 0 degrees over here and 180 degrees over here. Okay, so you go like this. So if you're drawing, if this is your protractor out here, okay, and you start counting from here, then very important angles, you have 0 degree, you have 90 degree and you have 180 degrees. So all the angles that will lie between this region 0 to 90 they are going to be acute angles, and between here to here they will be obtuse angle, and if you take this line it would be 90 degree. But this depends on what kind of angle you are drawing. Just if your ray is towards this direction and your angle suppose is like this, so would this be an acute angle or obtuse angle? This would be an obtuse angle because this is the angle made. So in this case you start counting from 0 to 180. Why? Because your ray is in this direction. So what exactly your angle is depends upon the direction of your ray. So if your ray is in this, if your ray is in this direction, then acute angle will be like this between 0 to 90. Your 90 degree will remain the same irrespective of the direction. For example, 90 degree is here, and obtuse angle will lie between 0 to 180 degrees. So this is going to be your acute angle, this is going to be your 90 degree, and this will be your obtuse angle. Similarly over here, this is your acute angle, the small one, then this is your right angle, and this is your obtuse angle. So protractor. Now what is geometrical construction? Geometrical construction is the process of drawing figures using just two simple instruments which are very important. One is your straight edge or geometrical scale, graduated scale, and the other one is your compass. You will see that throughout this chapter we will be making maximum use of these two instruments. So I hope you enjoyed the introduction. The chapter is even more interesting. We will continue with it in the next videos. Thank you.
Hope this video increased your knowledge. For more such videos and a completely free educational content, log on to www.epathshala.org or visit our ePathshala YouTube channel. We have each and every question solved for maths, physics, chemistry and biology. So subscribe our channel, share with your friends, like our Facebook page and follow our Twitter handle for regular updates and important educational tips, and also win ePathshala goodies. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe this channel and enjoy the freedom of education.